Yo, my people, it's good to be back. It's been a while. It feels like years, honestly. I've been here and there. For those of you that didn't ask of me, I'm fine. I'm doing well. I've actually been away for a while. I went to Hojlund State to just have a little bit of vacation and to speak to God. There's also one or two things. So for those of you that brought your prayer points, don't worry, it has been answered. As long as you added a seed to it, of course. You cannot bring a prayer to Farmer's Chapel and not bring a seed. It doesn't work that way. Right, so we're going to be talking about Rasmus Højlund, former Manchester United striker, of course. So I was getting some stats, right, and I just came across this. Yeah. So last season in 32 games, he had 4 goals for Manchester United. 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 goals. And now in his new team Napoli, he has had 9 goal contributions. 9 goal contributions for both club and country. For United, 4 goals across all competitions, including his country. I think I have to take my glasses off for this one because I have to ask. Like, I have so many questions, but I'm just going to pick one. What is going wrong at Manchester United? You know, we see players coming from wherever league they are coming from, doing well, performing very, very well. And then once they come into United, it's like a whole different atmosphere. It just drains out their talent, and you never see them perform at that level they performed before they came to United. It has become very alarming, the rate at which this has been happening. I mean, we could see it with Sancho. Very, very, very good player. I mean, they were comparing him with Mbappe. We saw him and Mbappe swapping shirts. They were literally playing on the same field. He was literally having the game of his life against PSG. Even after he returned back to Dortmund on loan against the same PSG, completed 11 or 12 dribbles, and like that was the best we've seen of Sancho since he came to United. So we really have to ask questions like, what is happening here? Like, where do we go from here? I really feel sorry for most of the players that came in this season. Your head has to be very, very, very strong to discuss. Kunha clearly is still battling with it. He hasn't broken out yet, but we can see how Mbeumo has adapted to everything. I mean, he's an African man. We will always find a way out in it. So for Kunha, it's like, he's performing, he plays well, but then there are these little moments that counts that he usually fails to deliver. I mean, we can also look at Sesko. We can also consider the first 2 games he started. It wasn't really the best. It wasn't the best that he could offer. And slowly, he's getting back to his best. I know a potential when I see one. But right, we're not going to go deep into that. I'm just trying to understand how this whole situation is unfolding with Rasmus Højlund. We can see right from his Atalanta days, he has always been a very good player, loves to run in between defenders, always holding that shoulder, that last line, trying to find a way out to break through, because you know he has that pace to always slide through the defense and play off the shoulder of the last defender. But at United, I think he has been misused. I think he has been misprofiled. We see him play as a target man, always wrestling with defenders, and then you wonder, how do we get the best out of him this way? He's just 21 or 22. I mean, when he was at United, I guess, and we can see him always battling experienced leaders in the Premier League, defenders to be clear, and we expect him to win battles like that. It doesn't happen that way. And we know that he has that link-up play in him. He can be like that if we want him to be. But clearly, we've misprofiled him. We've absolutely done him no good here. And to be very honest, I will not even blame him, because I think it has been a United problem all along. I think we've been having issues with how we handle players, how we profile them to fit the squad. And unfortunately for him, he was a victim of that, and we can only hope that he gets better from here. You see people say, oh, it is because he has De Bruyne in his team. I mean, yes, that's like literally the best creator in the world right now, but it's also clear that even at his age, he's still very, very good, still creates loads of chances. But coming back to United, we have Bruno Fernandes, and that it was literally the second best creator, just behind De Bruyne. So you can see that the problem is beyond these players. It is beyond them. We have really good players even right now. I mean, we have Kunha, who isn't even performing to the level at which he performed when he was at Wolves. We also have Mbeumo, who is doing absolutely well. He's doing fine. It's his African head. I wouldn't really be surprised as to how he has tried to thrive in these conditions. But we can look at these things and we can see that most players that we've signed so far are really struggling to get to the pace of a league in which they played in. I mean, make it make sense. We also have Ugarte. That's a topic for another day, by the way. I'm not going to delve into it at all. You can even see now that we have another striker. The problem is still persisting. I mean, you look at it and then you see the level of chances we create for him. It is very little as to what we know we can do. I mean, we have to be maximizing this output. We have a really tall striker. I mean, the first thing that should always come to either the wing backs or the left 10, right 10, wherever they find themselves, is to put the ball into the box. But we find it so difficult to do that. And then when they sub him off, we see them trying to cross, trying to put the ball into the box. To who exactly? To who? So you see, I sometimes I question the intelligence of these players, but I really don't want to limit it to that. I just think this is what United has become right now. This is what we have become. We just hope it gets better from here. And for Rasmus Højlund, I sincerely wish him the best. You know, I always liked him as a striker, even though it was very frustrating to look at some of his movements and his hold-up play. It got really bad at some points. You know, his confidence level was really low, but it's very nice to see him back up on his feet. And we hope it never stops. You know, just because you didn't work at United doesn't mean you shouldn't work at any other place. You know, we wish you the best. So it's a wrap, guys. Thank you all for watching. It's always a privilege. It's always a privilege to put my stuff out there, and thank you all for supporting me. Thank you so much. You know, I do not take it for granted. These are the little beginnings, but you know, but yeah, the end will definitely be greater. So for those of you who are sticking with me right now, thank you so much. When you start seeing me on ESPN or Bleacher Reports, wherever it is, just look at me and say yeah. And you can also send me a DM. Don't worry, I don't plan on having virtual assistants to handle my account. I'm a virtual assistant myself. Okay, so I would operate my account. I'll see your messages. When you reach out to me, you know, I'll reach out. I'll definitely reach out to you. So thank you all so much. God bless you. Peace out.